After you resisted pregnancy a few times, I thought, what? Do you keep getting pregnant back to back while experiencing oppressions? To that person who is claiming that I jumped them and attacked them, and even as far as them being like rape and molestation and all this stuff, this is a message from that same person 1 year ago that I have not responded to. Jay, now that you think about it, do you think that she was sort of calling Q guys for her? That is the official suspension order issued by the Michigan Unarmed Combat Commission. Dad, indeed. I can't see how you could have been duped by your coach. You knew it was some kind of illness, yet you still think it's a joke? I fought pregnant a couple of times. The spiritual part of what I would see in that basement. I didn't understand what my gifts were at the time. And I was like, that was bothering me. So I thought I was going crazy. It appears that Papoose is planning to end his relationship with Claressa after she made a personal decision regarding her pregnancy without informing him. This has led to speculation that Remy Ma's wishes might be coming true. Reports say that Claressa recently became pregnant but chose to terminate the pregnancy without notifying Papoose. This isn't the first time Claressa has taken this action, according to claims made by her former friend Jada Davis. She claims that Claressa has been fired several times before, including once by her former coach Tony Harrison. Claressa allegedly ended another recent pregnancy through Papoose and only told him after the fact, which upset him greatly. As a result, he now plans to distance himself and possibly speak out about what happened. The incident reportedly started a few days ago after Claressa tested positive for a prohibited substance after a confrontation with Danielle Perkins. According to reports, she was exposed to marijuana, even though she denied ever using it herself. She claimed on the Tamron Hall show that she had never smoked marijuana before and thought that any traces in her system were the result of passive exposure. This is standard business procedure here. And yes, the test results that she has never smoked marijuana before. You have told our audience that you have never smoked marijuana before. So how does the test come back positive? After the fight, many fans are, when Claressa was having difficulties in her career, her former best friend Jada Davis decided to share some sensitive and personal information about her. She claimed that Claressa had been involved in several unhealthy relationships in her youth and that she had ended multiple pregnancies, including some involving her former coach. I have nothing against marijuana. Smoking it is great for you, cool. But the plates wreathed the marijuana. Then, before I could do the mouth swap, I was hugging, and everyone in Flint was hugging and kissing me. Jada also asserted that Claressa, when still a minor, participated in, despite the difficulties, she had an inappropriate relationship with her coach that resulted in health issues that needed intensive medical care. Jada asserts Claressa maintained dating him when she recovered, and you continued to have sex with him when you were underage. You realized something was wrong, that it was some kind of illness, but you thought it was a joke, and you keep getting pregnant after getting concussions one after the other. Additionally, Jada said that Claressa used improper weight control techniques prior to her fights. At one point throughout her pregnancy, Claressa battled and starved herself to keep a certain weight, especially during a battle with Hannah Gabriel. The couple of times you fought while pregnant, I thought, what? Whoa, slide back, bro. Before these revelations from Jada came to light, Claressa had gone live on social media to discuss a former friend who had recently contacted her to express disappointment over a lack of communication. She fought pregnant Hannah Gabriel, and she ended up getting back up and winning a fight, but that's why she got dropped. She didn't eat for 3 days straight before fighting, trying to gain weight, and she was pregnant. Name the person at the time, but it has since been widely assumed that she was referring to Jada, especially after the release of her video. My friend was she, and I suppose she told me that since she hasn't seen me in a while. She doesn't think of me as her friend anymore. But the last time I saw her, we were out to dinner. And we were really good friends, discussing all kinds of personal matters. She's saying that since she hasn't seen me and hasn't heard from me since December, I've been preparing for a fight. promoting the movies, training, and doing all this stuff. And she's going to tell me that now she doesn't think. That she and her friends no longer. I need to make a brief statement outlining how the incident started to get out of control. Claressa chose to address Jada's charges, asserting that there had been a deliberate attempt to ruin her reputation. She also claimed that Jada had made damaging and false claims in the past, including one as serious as an essay, which we are not discussing out of consideration and decency. According to Claressa, Jada frequently makes up stories while arguing with people and might be struggling with mental health difficulties. How things transpired, how our friendship didn't work out, or anything else, but to that person who claims that I jumped them and accused them of rape, molestation, and other crimes. And this is a message from the same person from a year ago that I haven't replied to. She sent me a voice memo on Facebook last year in June or July, but I never replied because I'm trying to keep her away from me. Sadly, Claressa's response made things worse for her rather than directly addressing Jada's serious claims, like the alleged past terminations. Claressa spent more than 20 minutes on live, but many felt she avoided answering the important questions, since she seemed more interested in disparaging Jada by labeling her mentally ill. Charges, while one user noted, she spoke a lot but didn't actually say anything meaningful. Another remarked, "You're not addressing the facts." Soon after the live event, many onlookers believed there was a more serious and intimate problem. Between the two, Jada swiftly went live with fresh allegations accusing Claressa of being manipulative and intimidating her relatives to force apologies, saying, "I don't care what you and your little legal team do, I'm not." Claressa, allegedly, sent Jada a cease and desist letter demanding that she stop making accusations, but only made matters worse, taking down videos. I'm not saying allegedly, I'm not saying any of that. You're a demon right now, and you really need help because you're a person who is constantly trying to silence people. You messaged me on Smack Messenger to take down the podcast, but whatever the situation is, you're very controlling. It's giving Jezebel narcissist feelings, which you exacerbated with more rumors that Claressa was expecting a child with Papoose, but allegedly ended the pregnancy without telling him, similar to earlier rumors involving her former coach. Pointed out that Claressa had previously stated in interviews that she might only consider having children with her future spouse, citing emotional trauma from her upbringing, but that she and Papoose are not married. In fact, Papoose is still legally married to Remy and cannot get married again until their divorce is finalized. According to rumors, Remy has been putting off signing the divorce papers, perhaps because of unresolved feelings. As for the latest allegations, Claressa denied being pregnant or ending any pregnancies, saying that she would disclose any future pregnancies publicly, just like she did when she and Papoose. I never even went viral for like boxing. How? Do I go borrow for the that's been going on now? So now that I'm getting to the specifics, you guys know that I'm not pregnant? If I were, I would make the world know like I did when Papoose and I came out. Alright, so the public opinion was divided, and one viewer said, Jada tried to expose Claressa but ended up sounding jealous and bitter. This is why mature people are cautious with friendships. Someone else said, Claressa needs a restraining order because she seems obsessed with success, which attracts people who try to bring you down.